Hi, Dave Roscoe here. It is Thursday, June 26, 2025, and it's a slow day. I don't have a lot to talk about. The price action is a little bit disheartening, but I think I have an insight into what's going on, and we'll talk about that. But first, the metrics. The circulating supply is 7.56 billion pi, and there were 97,728 user accounts migrated yesterday. If you recall, there were about 108,000 migrated the day before. Both of these days represent significant uptick in the sheer number of users that are getting migrated in a single day. And I hope that continues. I'm hoping that they're just not doing this to pad some statistic leading up to Pi 2 Day, but it's possible. They've done stuff like this in the past. Another interesting thing is people have been talking about getting a large number of KYC validations out of nowhere. Now, for the longest time, people were complaining that KYCs had pretty much dried up and they weren't getting anything. And then all of a sudden they had 60, 70 in a day. And that's, was very unusual. So I don't know what's going on. It kind of sounds to me like they're padding their numbers to support something that they're going to talk about on Pi 2 Day, which is kind of sad, right? Because why can't you do this every day? But who knows? Those migrations accounted for 22.3 million pi. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there. There's 43.2 million pi in the Pi migration wallet, and migrations are happening this morning already, just like yesterday. I woke up and migrations were already cranking. The migrated unlock rewards are at 2.31 billion pi, with 12.9 million pi unlocked in the last 24 hours and now free to be traded on the open markets. Looking at the price action, the Pi coin is currently trading at 55 cents, which is down 10.89% from this time yesterday. The market cap is at $4.21 billion, which is also down 10.6%. The daily trading volume is at $274.96 million, which is up 30%. And yesterday, it was up over 100%. So in the last 24 hours, we've seen an increase of 40%. So there's a lot of interest in the coin right now at this particular price range and at the 65. So it's an interesting time. And there were some conflicting financial news yesterday coming out of the US. And it wasn't good because you have the Feds hinting at a rate cut, and then you have some negative financial news coming out of the government. So you don't really know what to believe, and what that means is you're in an uncertain condition, and nobody knows what to do. But if you look at the chart here, we had a significant drop at around 1 a.m. and then another drop at around 11 a.m., which erased a gain that started at 9 o'clock yesterday. So, and then we were kind of trading sideways at around 63 cents for a while before this particular dip. Now, just before the show, I was caught the tail end of Bullish Babe's chart reading session. And as I often do, I ask her to look up Pi just before I go on here so I can talk about what we think is going to happen. And right now, the outlook is that the Pi coin is in a bearish pattern, at least on the 4-hour candle. So on the 4-hour time frame, we're looking at possibly seeing it continue down to around 52 cents. And that would probably be within the next 4 to 8 hours. If it holds at that pattern, then it may reverse, and then we don't know what's going to happen. If it drops below that, then we're probably looking at another dip to around 47 to 48 cents. And we've seen both of those prices recently, although the 40-cent one was very short-lived. But again, this isn't financial advice. I'm just telling you what she's seeing on the charts. So you can make your own plans accordingly, or at least take a look at the charts. If you agree, great. If you don't, great. But definitely do your own research. I'm not giving financial advice here, people. So this article on the News Crypto says Pi Network community may be overreacting to Chainlink MasterCard announcement. Here's why. Now, I didn't even know there was a MasterCard Chainlink announcement because why would I? It wasn't anything directly related to Pi, but as with many things, people who are looking for any sign of the future of Pi will often make connections. And this appears to be one of them. And it could have contributed to the hype that led up to the recent price spike. Pi Network community members have reacted with intense enthusiasm to MasterCard's partnership with Chainlink, driving Pi token prices up 30% this week as pioneers speculate about potential integration opportunities. The collaboration introduces Swapper Finance, a platform enabling 3.5 billion MasterCard cardholders to purchase cryptocurrency assets directly on-chain using Chainlink's infrastructure, creating what many view as a critical bridge between traditional finance and decentralized systems. However, the Pi community's excitement may be premature given the limited scope of their current Chainlink integration. While Pi Network was included in Chainlink's data stream service earlier this year, this connection only provides real-time price feeds rather than direct payment functionality or trading capabilities through MasterCard's infrastructure. And I won't read the rest of this, but it just goes to show you that people are always looking for some sign or some link that shows that the Pi network is really gaining traction. And don't get me wrong, those signs are out there, but there should be a limit to how far you're willing to stretch. So this could have contributed to yesterday's price spike, but other cryptos were running up too. The difference here is that I didn't see a lot of the other cryptos dropping like the Pi coin did yesterday. So I was wondering if there was specific news driving the Pi coin drop, and I didn't really find any. And who knows, maybe this article was part of that as well. I have no idea. Like I said, in the short term, it's looking a little bearish. So keep an eye on that. And hopefully we'll see a rebound leading up to Pi 2 day. Well, that's all I've got for today. If anything breaks, I'll be sure to hop on here and let you know. But until then, don't panic, stay the course, and remember, the success of the Pi network begins with you. Pi to the moon. Peace.